Hi everyone, this is Arkady Frekhtman, a New York City personal injury trial attorney, and today we're going to talk about a sure thing in the law. A lot of questions from clients such as yourself invariably involve the answer, it depends, right? Because people ask questions like, how much insurance is there going to be? What is the ultimate value of my case going to be? How much am I going to settle for? How much is the jury going to give me, right? Do I have a good case? Will I be able to prove the defendant was at fault? And, how much will I get is the very, very most popular question, but also even a simple question like, will I be able to prove how much fault can I put on the defendant as opposed to somebody else, right? So all these questions, we have to say it depends because it depends on the facts and circumstances of your particular case, right? It depends on a lot of different factors. And those we discussed in other videos like your venue, right? Where you are, your lawyer, you, right? Whether you're likable, how you come across, whether you're credible, things like that. But then, so all of these things are like, it depends, right? It depends. And it's almost like a joke that in the law, every question you ask, the answer is it depends. But then some questions do not depend, right? Some questions are a sure thing. So what are the things where it does not depend? And I think number one, the thing that does not depend on anything that you really have to do if you have a personal injury case is get medical care right away, right? As soon as possible, go to a hospital, urgent care, a qualified doctor, and get medical care. That's really, really important. And also, it's important to get medical care from the proper specialists, right? And it should be like almost curated and coordinated by your attorney, if you already have an attorney, so that you're getting the right care. And that'll make the case as strong as possible. Now, the other thing that doesn't depend is get evidence, right? If the accident or the injury just happened, you're at the scene, take photographs, right? Get evidence, get witness statements, get names of witnesses. That does not depend. That you definitely want. It's a sure thing. The number three thing that does not depend on anything that is a sure thing is do not lie, tell the truth. So often people either lie because they either forget something or maybe they're trying to hide it. They think the insurance company won't find out, and then later it comes and it bites them and it really hurts the case and it damages your credibility. And once that happens, the entire case can be lost because remember, the jury can decide that if you lied about one thing, well, now you're a liar about everything. And then the entire case is like a house of cards and it just collapses. So you do not want to lie. It's better to tell the truth. It's better to be honest and just say, look, yes, it's true. I didn't go to the doctor for whatever reason, and just be honest and explain why. It's always better to just admit it as opposed to cover it up or lie about it. And the next thing that I think is really a sure thing, and it kind of goes hand in hand with the do not lie and be credible, is be careful what you say to doctors. So when you go to a doctor, whether it's a hospital, an urgent care, a physical therapy office, just a private orthopedic doctor, a surgeon, like a spinal surgeon in their office, be careful what you say to doctors. Meaning doctors will write down everything you say and then they'll put it in their medical records. And very often they'll be, for whatever reason, it'll be a little bit different from what you intended, and it could actually come back to hurt you. And then the defense lawyers will get the medical records, they'll review it, and if they see a little entry, and then they'll just harp on it, right? So if you say something like, say you have a car accident, you might say, oh yeah, I had shoulder pain before, or I had, whatever pain in my body before. Now the doctor could put that in there, that they had the pain before the accident. Now the insurance company is going to want to have those records of all your treatment. Maybe you had a prior car accident, right? Maybe you had an injury before. So they love that kind of stuff because now they're going to say, well, great, it's not from us, it's not from this accident, it's from before. And then you might have just meant before as in, before today. And because, it's all these miscommunications, but they can really come back to harm you. So you have to really be careful what you say to your doctor, even if it's your own doctor. And a lot of doctors use a recording device, and then someone else might transcribe the visit. It might be the doctor, it might be the doctor's too busy, his secretary will transcribe it, and then, they have this thing that's dictated but not read, and then finally he'll read it and they'll just sign it, and they're very busy, and it leads to a lot of mistakes. And the other problem is that whatever's in those records could then come into evidence if the case does go to trial, because, like, for example, in New York, we have a rule that entries in hospital records are admissible if the purpose was for diagnosis and treatment. So, for example, if you go to a hospital and you're going there because you fell on a hole in the roadway, but for whatever reason, they ask you some questions, or did you have anything else happen to you? And you say, oh yeah, my boyfriend or my girlfriend pushed me. And then they say, okay, well, he's here because his girlfriend pushed him. Now, that becomes admissible, right? Because you're telling them that for your diagnosis and your medical care, your treatment. And now the insurance company could say, well, you didn't fall because of a hole in the road. You fell because someone pushed you. See, and then it kind of destroys the whole case. It makes the whole case much, much harder. I'm not really a big proponent of trying a case based on medical records. I like to use medical records sparingly. I like to try the case based on the client's biography, the client's story, who the client is, using other witnesses from their life, the community witnesses. But you definitely will need the medical records, whether you get them into evidence or whether the defense gets them into evidence. You do not want them hurting you. So you want to be careful with what you say to doctors. And then the final thing where it does not depend, where it's a sure thing that you need, is hire an experienced trial lawyer. Hire somebody who's been around the block, who knows how to handle these cases, who is not afraid to go to trial, is not afraid to work up the case the right way, is not afraid to spend money on either experts or doctors, because a lot of the lawyers out there, unfortunately, are those billboard lawyers where they're just, they're on a billboard and they're saying, oh, we're so great, but they have never been inside a courtroom, and they're not going to be able to get you that maximum settlement that you deserve. So hire an experienced trial lawyer, somebody who can go to court and go to bat for you and get you every last penny. So I think those are the things that do not depend. Those are the sure things. And I hope this was helpful. Okay, everyone, have a great day. Please like and subscribe to our channel. Let us know what questions you have so we can answer them in our Last Week Tonight series. If we've given you a consult and you're happy with our consultation or our service, write us a quick review, say a few kind words about us online. That'll help us and help people find us so we're more visible on either Google and all the different social media platforms. And continue to watch and subscribe to our channel. And please let us know what topics you want to see in the future so we can do more videos for you. Okay, have a great day and talk to you very soon. Bye-bye.